Oh, I just saw the M&Ms again on the history cam. This is so cool. So people will be seeing me in the past, talking about the past that I'm seeing right now. This is freaky. You want some, Sean?
No,
Okay, good.
not much of a fan, actually.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't be. Spoil sport.
I'd prefer Skittles over M&Ms, particularly sour Skittles.
Oh, yes. No, I mean, yeah, I like those too, but it's the chocolate and the peanut butter, you know? Wait, no, the peanuts. There's no peanut butter in here.
I hate peanuts.
I hate you!
I feel a little sad that we decided to do this tonight because I'm missing a strat op.
A what?
Strategic operation. There's something I could be joining up in that Horde is doing to help one of our various war efforts, and instead I'm dicking around with you guys.
Well,
All right, guys, you ready to rock it?
No, but we'll do it anyway.
Joe, I have a bag of peanut M&Ms here. I just wanted to share that with you. I thought you could appreciate it. Because Sean doesn't like them.
That's his way of saying yes, we're ready. He's ready.
Yep. All right, guys. Give me an audio break, and let's do it. Whoa, 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 whoa. My audio's peaking. Why is that? Hang on a second. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. I was too loud. Testing, testing. Okay. Sean, say something for me.
Yo, I am Yogrinizanix,
And more?
and I am a classically trained demigod.
All right. Cool. We're balanced. Okay. Here we go. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Hi everybody, welcome back to Enter the Stupidity. I am Joe the Widget Wilson, your lead host and dungeon master, and this is episode number 7. We are missing one player tonight, but I will make that apparent in the story. Justin is ill. He's got the bug that's been going around, and he is not able to talk. The poor guy. He's missed on the show this time, but we can't wait to have him back on the show next time. We got an announcement to make, but before I do that, I'm gonna introduce my co-hosts and the players that are here tonight. Mr. Sean McInich.
Hello, hello, hello.
My boy. And I am joined by Phil.
That's me. Hi, guys.
Sorry. My 2 players that are going to be exploring the world that makes no sense.
It makes some sense.
It does, it does. We'll
It has an
recap.
internal consistency most of the time.
It is based on the Naiad system, which is a system that we created particularly for this podcast, and it will become available once we start patrons. For our patron subscribers, they will get copies of the rules. It's a fun, easier D&D that has a different twist to the rule sets. It's a lot of fun. As we play on this. If you listen to the 0.5 episodes, we go into a little more detail about those rule sets. I did not do a 6.5. I completely spaced it. Got busy. Things been going on. I apologize. I do plan to do a 7.5. It's going to be a necessity. And the main reason I didn't do 6.5 was because last episode was more of an offshoot for Christmas. But we'll get into that in a second on the recap. But first, we are making a new network. We're becoming a podcast network. And it's going to be called ETS. Basically, it's going to be off of our first show on the network, and then Stupidity. We are calling it ETS, and a lot of my friends said it'd be like the most perfect network name they've ever heard. And the Stupidity. So we have 3 shows that are kind of in the works. One will be coming out soon. It's kind of a solo show that I'm doing called Powerful, and it's more of a serious show based off of inspiration, everyday heroes, that kind of thing. And every now and then these guys might hop on an episode with me. It's up to them. And we've got a show called basically Bethesda Fancast coming out. That's going to be all about Bethesda Studios, which is ZeniMax Bethesda games. So Doom, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, the works. Anything that they come out with, we're covering it. It's going to be a lot of fun. That show is going to be... We actually have the support of the Bethesda team doing this show, so that's going to be cool. And the guys are possibly talking about doing an Eve show as well, so we'll see how that pans out. I looked it up actually, Sean, and there's not a very big market for an Eve podcast.
Well, there are a bunch of great Eve streamers, and some pretty damn good podcasts, I'd say. I won't name any names. But, it is, I guess, the market.
Yeah, there is definitely a market available for it. When we, someone in the chat room, Inferno Waves, asked, will there be any celebrity guests? Well, it depends on celebrities. The Bethesda Fancast, we will have Bethesda developers come on the show, and in a way they are celebrities in their own right. Especially like Paul. I'm going to get him on the show if I can. He's the director for Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to get Matt Grandstaff. He's one of the developers for the Fallout series. He's actually one of the directors. And Pete Hines, the vice president of the company.
You do know that Inferno Waves also asked, what's D&D, right?
Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons is a fantasy role-playing game where you have one person who creates the world and enforces the rules, which is the Dungeon Master. Yeah, no, I'm still going to describe it anyway.
Okay.
And you have players who play specific characters trying to win in this world Dungeon Master creates. Anyway, as a recap... Oh, we have a whole new website being developed, by the way, for the network, so stay tuned for that. We'll have a master feed where you can get all of our shows in one spot if you wanted to. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so, the people in the chat room, you guys are my co-DMs. If you have suggestions, you may say it in the chat, and I will either use it or not, depending on the situation. You can email us anytime you guys want to make a suggestion or a thought or an idea for the show. You can email us at endlessstupidity@gmail.com. And as a recap of last episode, episode 6, the guys found the treasure map that was located in the cursed pirate city that was only alive during the night, and they met up with Two Tooth, who they stole his prized treasure map in a very clever way, found the island, and got through the very punlicious pun trap puzzles, and made it to Puanchu.
Who is, hilariously enough, a gigantic mummy stereotype demon thing. Well, he's not gigantic, but he is a mummy demon stereotype thing.
Yeah. And he's Asian/Indian.
Oh,
Really?
he's a Morricon like me?
Yeah. And he may be a recurring character because he holds the deck of Stupidity.
I'm not taking a single card more out of that deck.
You may have no choice.
Oh.
We'll see.
Well.
And you may have a choice, because I'm going to be adding and changing the cards around.
Okay.
So you never know what you're going to get. You could get something like totally epic and awesome, or something like that's going to really screw you over.
Or you could get a card that says you've been kicked off the podcast.
Like Sean's character had the worst luck and got cursed twice. He got the curse of the groin, which makes him sexually frustrated until he gets laid. Yeah, that's a thing. And I'm trying, I gotta go. Oh, I changed the location of that. Where did you go? Okay, Inner Stupidity Show, there we go. I need my notes, because I forgot. Okay, there we go. The Curse of the Groin. Lose 4 hit until you get laid. Sexual frustration sucks. So, yeah, there you go. He did have Curse of the Moon, but that got cured. Because that would have lost AC during the day. And would have had a full body hair in every orifice and position during the night. So thankfully you got that cured. So now you got to get the other one cured. Sean didn't get anything good. I'm sorry, buddy.
I got a good thing, and then I got a bad thing. And may I just say, oh illustrious DM,
Yes.
in the immortal words of Monty Python, get on with it!
Right. Anyway, okay, blah, blah, blah. So, the characters are leaving the cave of Puanchu. And as they're leaving, Puanchu comes floating out, cross-legged, hands in a meditating position, looks at Justin's character and says, "You got too lucky. Too lucky." And he snaps his fingers, and he just passes out. And shrinks to a little doll size.
Hey, you can't do that. You're not supposed to come out of the cave.
Oh, I forgot. And he goes right back in the cave. Oh, by the way, 3-day time. 3-day time, he come back.
You can't do that!
I
Shaik.
can.
Shaik!
What?
Yalgren will carry the now small Novosi. Shaik, that being you, shall follow the command of Yalgren, that command being this. Yalgren points at the cave, or more specifically the retreating pack of Fu Manchu, and declares, "Sick 'em, boy."
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Well, the
I
cave
think
is
we
now
should just
sealed.
avoid him from now on.
Yeah, the cave resealed itself, so you can't get back in there. But, so you guys are now on this treasure island, and you have a little doll-sized Justin figurine, a.k.a. Novosi. So, what you guys know is you could go back to the pirate village, if you choose, or you can just go right straight across to the beach, which is like not even an hour sail right across. And there is a village called Spit Village that's not far from the coast. Because they misspelled, they tried to name their village after the river called Split River. But they lost the L in a storm, and they decided to keep it as Spit Village.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be like a sand spit or something.
The river that crosses, the river that goes across the land is extremely wide and very treacherous, very, very fast currents. Near the great waterfall, Naga Falls, is a bridge. That is the only bridge that you guys know of to cross. And there is the Twin Cities that is basically the border. You have...
Yalgren Nizalnix has to cut in here.
Yo.
You see, Yalgren Nizalnix does not understand the relevance of all of this when Yalgren Nizalnix distinctly remembers having stolen a schooner along with his intrepid companions.
You did, yes.
And Yalgren Nizalnix does not recall losing the schooner.
See, the big problem is you can try to go north if you want along the coast. You can try.
Yalgren Nizalnix was thinking of sailing the schooner up the river.
You can try.
Yalgrin Nizalnix thinks he will just sail the schooner to the mainland.
Let me take a look at Navosi.
No,
I want to see Navosi.
you'll eat him.
No, I won't. I'll just put him in my mouth and suck on him gently.
Okay, that is creepy. Well, kind of what I expected from you, Phil.
I just want to see what he tastes like. Okay, I'll only suck on the head.
So basically what you guys know of is the border between the Good King and DW's territory. There are two cities, the Twin Cities. You got Bad Twin and Good Twin. You can figure out which one's on which side.
Okay.
Clearly the bad twin lives under the reign of the good king, because irony.
I almost did that, but no. Bad Twin's actually in DW's territory. But that's where the border is. But they're located in the deep, dark rainforest. DDR.
DDR. I don't suppose that in order to pass through there...
We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We really are.
Yeah, okay. I told you guys too much. Bad DM.
We have to look on the treasure map and see where the X is. Because the cave was one thing, but if the cave is where the treasure is, then why are there all these holes in the ground with shovels? There must be something buried here, too.
Shaik,
Yes?
Yalgrin wonders if you realize that the holes were dug by morons.
I don't know who dug the holes. I just see the holes in the shovels.
Yalgrin says that you are welcome to stay and dig more holes, but Yalgrin is taking the schooner now. Yalgrin proceeds to head back towards the
Is there
schooner.
an X on the treasure map?
Yeah, in the same spot as the cave.
This doesn't make any sense, but I need to know. Why would they dig these holes?
Because they were morons.
Maybe they did it to throw us off. You don't know them, and you should talk. Now, I suppose if you're taking the boat, I'll go with you. Now, we need to sail down the coast
Are
into
one of you
enemy
guys actually
territory.
picking up Navosi?
Oh, I picked him up and put him in my pocket.
Okay, cool. So I don't want you to leave him on the island, because I would literally take that as literal. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so you guys are at the schooner. You're gonna just head across to the beach, or where are you guys headed?
I was thinking that we would land at the outlet of the River Split.
Wait, why do we have to go to the Split River now?
Yalgrin advises you it's the River Split.
But why do we have to go there?
Because we're going to the city that is called the Good Twin, and it's easy if we take the river.
Okay, that's the river that goes through the Twin Cities in the rainforest. Okay, up to the river we go.
The Twin Cities
I
are
still
actually
say
on
we
the
should-
other side of the river. The village before the river is Spit Village.
I thought you said that there was Good Twin and Bad Twin.
There is.
On each side.
They're on the border of the territory border, but they're on the other side of Split River.
Oh, okay.
That's how I work.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We're going
Well,
towards.
let's just sail down.
You're
Split
sailing
River.
north, but as you're sailing north, you see storm clouds that are developing the further north you go, and the seas become more rough.
Okay. Okay.
There is a coastal outcrop that's not far before the river that you guys can land at, or you can continue north. If you continue north, I'm going to need you guys to roll
land.
checks.
It's too stormy.
What are you talking about? Yalgrin Nizalnix is getting only a light drizzle.
It's a storm.
Yep,
There's
light
clouds
drizzle.
coming. And the water is rough.
The dice say that you're okay for now.
I don't like
Yalgren
the
Nizalnix
weather.
would remind you that Yalgren Nizalnix grew up in a port city and actually knows about boats.
Does Yalgrin know about the sea and the weather?
Yes, because Yalgren is a god.
Yalgrin is not a god.
Hey, even though he's a god in his own mind, he's still a god to somebody, right?
Yalgren has at least 3 worshippers.
Who are they?
Me, myself, and I.
No. Yalgren is worshipped by Two-Tooth.
Oh, right. Yep. You got that.
Yalgren is also worshipped by One-Eyed Willie and One-Foot Sally.
One-Eyed Willie. Wait a second, is that one of those euphemisms?
Yalgren does not know to what you refer, but Yalgren assumes it is annoying and disgusting.
Yagrin may be correct. Alright, so along the coast you see a campfire not far from the outcropping I told you about. So there's this giant like cliff outcropping that kind of jettisons out towards the sea a little bit, and on either side of that bend is where the river is, and there's a giant current that pulls towards the river once you go around that bend, making it very treacherous for sea craft to go near.
Yalgren does not imagine a need for the sea craft after we get where we are going, so Yalgren says, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead."
Hey, didn't we steal this boat?
Hence why I'm not very concerned about its provenance.
It's okay, so you're heading around the outcropping?
I suppose the end's just...
Yes, Yalgren is going around the outcropping.
Okay. I gotta do a check here.
Yalgren is cackling madly, by the way.
And so far the storm is not impeding you too much. The rain is mild, but the waves are getting more intense.
Stop, you'll wake up the birds.
So the boat's beginning to rock because you are on a smaller schooner, and it's going to be affected more so.
Yalgren laughs at the storm gods and continues onward, destined to get to the coast.
Alright, so as you guys come around the bend of the outcropping, you see the currents of this very, very large river that's just like sucking ocean water towards the inland. And in the process, there's many whirlpools all around being caused because of the current so strong.
I'm sorry, did you say whirlpool?
Mm-hmm.
Yalgren has heard of these whirlpools, but Yalgren does not care. Yalgren is leading us into the fray.
Wait a second, that's a whirlpool.
There's several of them.
Yalgren will rely on his mighty luck in order to steer us through them.
No! Shaik attempts to tackle Yalgren.
Alright,
Too late.
Roll D20.
I already rolled the dice. Too late.
Oh, are you heading in towards the river?
I am heading in towards the river with the plan of landing us like at one of the on the northern side of it.
Okay.
And I rolled a 18 on my dumb luck roll.
Oh, you went for done luck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's what happens. Your boat, as you attempt to make this crossing, the current catches the boat. This is going off my dice too. And you are getting sucked in rapidly towards the river, like you are going jet boat speeds. And you get all your masterful trying to steer through everything. You catch the edge of a whirlpool. And your boat just starts spinning like crazy. As you're spinning, it begins to break apart. And you guys jump off the boat. You successfully land in the water and swim to the northern coast. Phil, you land in the water. Roll d20.
All right. What kind of roll is this?
Survival check.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a... That's not even a skill.
No, it's a straight d20.
13.
And it's supposed to be against mine. Alright, you start to drown a little bit, trying to regain yourself because the current is so strong. Sean, are you going to do anything to help him?
Swim better!
Alright, so Phil's being dragged towards the river. So we're rolling against each other again, Phil?
6.
You beat me. Yeah. Yeah. So you manage to get to the surface and you start swimming. And a rope comes out of nowhere. And you go to grab it. So go ahead and roll another d20 and you're going to use a ninja modifier.
Okay. 16.
Alright, you successfully grab the rope and you start being pulled in towards the coast. And you land right where Yalgren is. And the rope just kind of gets rolled right back into the rainforest and disappears.
Yalgren does not know from whence that rope came.
I look around
Yalgren-
to see. I look around to try to find the rope. I peer into the trees.
It's a very thick rainforest, and go ahead and roll.
14.
You don't see anything, and it is getting dark.
Yalgren!
Yalgren! Yalgren!
Yes?
I almost drowned, damn you! Would the DM like to do anything to stop me from, to stop Shaik from attacking Yalgren?
Nah, that's between you guys.
Okay, Shaik attacks Yalgren.
I don't know why you're going to be fighting each other. I mean, not exactly the smartest thing to do right now, but
She is a psychopath.
Shaik is pissed that he got nearly drowned by Yalgren, who steered the boat without his permission the wrong way.
and that boat is like
got
in
him
little
crashed.
pieces all over going into the river.
Right, so Shaik gets extremely angry, and he uses, he goes crazy and flies into a blood rage and attacks Yalgren.
Alright, use your attack. Roll.
Right. So, oh, wait a second. I don't, let's see, I don't have the manual open, but, so I forget what crazy and blood rage do.
Let me
Yalgren
open
takes a moment while you consider the essence of blood raging to hold up Novosi from his pocket in front of him and say with the deadpan voice, "You do realize that this was all according to plan, right?"
Joe, do you have the manual up, or could
Yes,
you
I do.
send it again on Skype?
I have it, and I will do both of those.
All right, great.
I had to move things around on my computer to make room.
Sure.
Alright, coming to you in Skype right now.
All right. All right, great. So let's see. One of these gives like extra attacks, and the other is like. All right. Let's see. Psycho. Okay. Blood Rage +4 attack, +2 damage, -2 armor class. Cannot attack any other target except the one until either the target or you dies. Wow. What happens? Well, we'll see. So go ahead, and crazy is multiple attacks. Okay. I'm sorry, Sean, but Shaik does not know his own strength, and he has become flipping mad, so he makes his attacks. All right, so crazy. Psycho hits target multiple times.
You're going to roll a d6 to determine your how many times.
Well, good thing is I rolled a 1.
Okay, so Not so crazy. And then you roll your hit.
And he's in a blood rage. So let's see. The attack roll is a 17.
All right, roll your damage.
Damage. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. What happens when I'm wielding a weapon in both hands? Do I still get an attack for each weapon?
Yes.
Okay. So that was for my main hand, my Mythic Silver Axe. And then the Mythic Silver Sword. All right, let's just resolve that attack first. So I think you said it was a D6 plus muscle. So
I might have to do something about prevent you guys from killing each other.
All right. So let's see.
I'm just going to point out and throw this out there. Yalgren is holding up Novosi as a shield right now.
The total is still 9 damage, including blood rage.
All right. So you go to hit him, and you actually hit Novosi in the process.
Oh, but I attacked before he declared he was taking out Novosi.
He already
You
had it
didn't
out.
give me a chance to say anything.
I'm going to allow it. So Novosi takes half of that damage.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 5. And the 4 remains on Yalgren.
All right.
And I'm still confused as why you're going to try to kill each other in a very precarious situation.
Yalgren is keeping his patience.
Shaik is very angry. Shaik is very angry. And
he's
RPing.
RPing.
Shaik doesn't know what he's doing right now. So he attacks with the axe. Because that's all part of the same attack. Oh my! Well, that was a natural 1.
So you're attacking again?
Yalgren thinks that he will knock himself out.
So what happens? I rolled a 1.
Well, Sean has an action first before you can do your next attack.
Okay.
Yalgren is Yalgren honestly is pointing in the direction of the rainforest and saying, "Is that a chicken squirrel?"
Oh, okay. My check rolled a 20. As you are trying to butcher Yalgren,
Mm-hmm.
the reason of the rope becomes apparent as 4 goblins jump out of the rainforest in little skinny, loincloths
Yeah.
and screwed features. One of them still holding the rope, and the other 3 bearing weapons.
Ah, Shaik, your saviors have arrived.
One of them yells at you and starts pointing at his guys and pointing at you guys, screaming in a weird language.
I point at Yalgren and go, yes, you see? We cut him up and we eat him! And I, start swinging my sword and axe in his direction.
And they point at you too,
Oh.
and they raise their weapons at both of you.
Yalgren attempts to use his divine presence, that is to say, his awesome chicanery, and basically overawe the goblins into thinking that into believing in his godliness.
And how are you going to do this?
I am going to heal the wound that was left on me by my. I'm not sure I can call him an ally. My companion's blood rage.
Okay, roll your heal.
And I'm going to make sure it's as flashy as possible.
Do you have any items or anything that you can use to make it more flashy?
Well, I do have I am wearing a nice, powerful mage robe.
You do have that.
I am. What?
You said you do have that, yeah.
So I'm going to, if it's possible, channel my godly powers through that in order to make it glow while I heal.
That you need ability creation to create the glow effect. So keep that in mind for future reference. But there
If that's
is
the case,
there is an
if that's-
effect that occurs when you do heal, but it's not vibrant.
Well, if that's the case, then while I heal myself, I'll also hold up a hand that with a charged up positive bolt. Not something that I'm actually going to shoot, but just a charge.
Okay, I'll allow it. You're gonna do 2 rolls. 1 roll for your heal, and the other roll is gonna be a D20 check for impressiveness.
All right. Let's see. Let's just say that I'm fully healed. Got a 6 + 5 for my holiness.
Yeah.
Maybe some of that healing bleeds over to Navosi.
Yeah, I can allow that because you are holding him.
My impressiveness was somewhat less than impressive. I rolled a 5.
Okay, now I'm gonna roll the counter. Yeah, they're not too impressed by it. They are, and I gave you a +2 and a +1, so but still, that's not enough. They are still screaming at you and motioning you to come with them, but they're also threatening with weapons. So you got kind of a mixed signal going on there.
Oh well, Yalgren sighs, turns to Shaik and says, well, I'm going with the crazy sounding goblins. I'm bringing Navosi with me.
And
Did,
they're holding up the rope, by the way.
Did I get a rest when we were on the boat?
Doesn't he still have a concussion?
No, his concussion was healed. Yeah, you guys got a rest when you were on the boat.
Okay.
Although you just used up one of your rages.
Yeah, and your
Blood rage.
Yeah, both those abilities had their one of their per day uses used.
Yes.
And
Wait, no. Crazy is... Wait, no. Well, the rules say twice per fight, 4 times per day. I see.
Yeah. And blood rage is 2 times per day.
Okay. All right, then. Shaik decides to go with Yalgren and says, "You fool, you even landed us on the wrong side of the river."
Yalgren thinks that this is the exact side of the river he intended.
You intended the wrong side, you fool.
Yalgren would question what you define as right and wrong.
The south is where we're supposed to be headed.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Actually, out of character. Mighty DM, I've been a little confused because you've been talking about us heading north.
Yeah, I originally had it wrong.
Because that was basically my intent was to land us on the side of the river that DW controls.
That's the northern side.
What?
Okay.
I thought we were heading south the whole time.
Yeah, confusion got corrected when I made the map.
Okay, I haven't seen the map, so I don't know.
He retconned it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I made sure that I have a set directions here to where I don't screw up again.
Oh, then never mind. Then we're on the correct side.
Yeah, you're on the northern side, and DW's territory is in the north, not in the south, like I originally said.
All right.
Because the king's city's in the southern tip.
Okay.
And PPP city, which is DW's city, is in the northern tip.
Okay.
Northwestern tip, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you have 4 goblins. You can either fight them, or you can let them tie you up and take you.
Wait a second. They want to tie us up?
That's why they're holding up the rope.
Yalgren thinks for a moment, and then gestures the rope to Shaik,
Shaik immediately.
and then shrugs.
What did you say, Phil?
Shaik, before Yalgren does anything, Shaik just runs the other way.
You have towards them, towards the river, or towards the ocean.
So the river is on our south side.
The ocean is towards the east, and they're at the west. I mean, you could run north along the beach.
I'm confused, very confused, because I can't see this. Which way does the river run?
The river runs from east to west.
Okay. So the river is on the south side. Now, we had to sail in along the river quite a ways before we got here, right?
No, you were on the ocean.
Oh, right on the ocean. Okay.
Heading towards the mouth of the river.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to run north along the beach.
Yalgrin is going to stay put and kind of gesture to the goblins and, do this towards his fleeing companion.
And 3 of the goblins do go with chase. One of them stays and lowers his trident at you, Sean. But 3 run...
Threateningly, or he's luring it as in he's not going to use it to try and stab me?
He's just kind of guarding you, making sure you don't try to run too.
Yalgrin walks up calmly to the goblin with both hands up to make sure one of them still holding Nivosi, and he tries to communicate through tone that he means them no harm.
He stares at you really confused. No,
Yalgrin considers for a moment and grabs his holy beat stick and tosses it at the ground at the goblin's feet. And then holds up his hands in a spread motion.
He just kind of lowers his weapon a little bit and walks over to you, sniffing you. And the other 3 are now making chase on Phil. Alright, so, Phil, to your left is the deep rainforest. The beach is not very wide. The storm is causing the tide to rise rapidly. So you've only got maybe 6 feet across of sand. And it is going to slow down your run because it's raining.
Well, Shaik ducks into the rainforest and starts running north through the rainforest instead.
So you're splitting the party.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as you run into the rainforest, another 3 goblins appear, trying to cut you off.
All right. Is there a way to try to duck through them, continuing north?
You can try.
All right. Yeah, Shaik will attempt that.
Do you have any in parkour?
Yes.
What's your modifier on that?
+1.
Okay. All right, roll.
All right. Oh, it's a 4, but I'm gonna dumb luck this.
You can't dumb luck after the roll, man.
No. I mean, I'm going to use a dumb luck roll instead. I mean, I'm going to use a dumb luck roll to see if something happens.
Okay, well, I'll allow it this time, but for future reference, if you're making an action and you already rolled that action, you can't use a dumb luck for the same action.
Oh, I see. No, I understand. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, resolve the results of this, and then I'll try dumb luck later. So yeah, so it's just a 4 for the
Okay.
For the
And they rolled 10, 10, and 12 respectively.
Okay.
And they fire a net at you. They throw a net at you, which does entangle you, and you come crashing to the ground. And the 3 goblins are rushing over to you to poke at you with sticks.
All right. Now Shaik tries dumb luck.
All right.
Ooh, 17.
Out of anger, you take out your middle finger and flip off the goblins,
Okay.
and they stop dead in their tracks. And they look at you and they're like, so they untie you and they shake your hand, not realizing that the middle finger is actually a friendly gesture to goblins. They look at you like you're a moron. And they motion for you to follow them.
Which I do now.
Okay. So they lead you into the forest towards their camp. The other two return with Sean. They return to the other goblin that's with you, also motioning for you to join them.
Yalgren shrugs, picks up his beat stick, and follows.
Alright, so you guys head into the forest. It is beginning dark, and the canopy is very thick, so that it gets very dark very quickly within the rainforest. And it is now, like, pouring rain.
Yalgren holds up one of his hands and charges a positive bolt through it to provide light.
The goblins are okay by this. They don't even notice. You have two behind you and one in front of you, just kind of leading you down a very barely visible path. And shortly you come and you meet up with the other three that are escorting Phil's character. And you guys have the 6 goblins, and you're just kind of... The other ones are trying to talk to Phil friendly and pat him on the butt, because that's as far as they can reach. Because they only stand about 3 feet tall. Very big heads, very big hands and feet. Tiny loincloth. So, after a short walk, you come to a goblin camp. That's a small clearing in the rainforest with little huts all over the place, all grass and bark huts. And in the middle there's a giant bonfire. And there was 2 spits that were set up for, well, you guys, but the attitude of the goblins has slightly changed towards you guys. You are met with a big fat goblin. Well, not big, but big for them. In terms, he's like 3 foot 2 inches.
Okay.
Weighs about 180 pounds. And comes hobbling over to you guys, wearing an even smaller loincloth, but a very big fancy headdress. And all the goblins that were escorting you flip off the chief, who smiles and thanks them and walks over to you guys.
Yalgren Nizalnix hopes that you might speak common. Yalgren Nizalnix greets you.
The chief smiles broadly.
Ike does the same.
All the guys are cheering and they're happy because they've never seen your type, the non-goblins, actually greet them. So the one of the guys that the chief was talking to runs off into a hut, and a female goblin comes out, 5 feet tall, like drop dead gorgeous, curvy, and green, and barely wearing anything, with little tusks. So she's clearly a goblin and much taller than the male goblins, and a heck of a lot prettier. Comes out.
I speak goblin. I speak common tongue.
Oh, good, excellent. Very pleased to meet you. I'm trying to figure out who this person is.
And who person you speak?
Yalgren, Shaik points to Yalgren. I'm trying to figure out who this is.
We saw. He say you saw. You no, not you. He saw you. Yeah, you in boat together. You drowned. We save you for food.
Food?
Yes, we were going to eat.
Oh, but we're friends. Well, I'm a friend.
Yes.
The others know that I gave them the greeting.
You both
But-
friend. We see. So instead of eat, we feed.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yalgren is kind of standing off to the side, holding his forehead in wonder at Shaik.
Yeah, what is going
So-
on? What is this grudge here?
Yalgren Nizalnix first greets you in his name and asks, "What is your name?"
My name, Ugly.
I see that it is an appropriate name.
In common. In goblin, it's Oogie.
And which do you prefer?
Oogie.
Very well, Oogie. May I ask how it is you came to learn our tongue?
I chief bride.
You
Female
what?
goblin smarter than male goblin. I trade.
So, I see. So why is it that, what's his name? I indicate the chief with a middle finger.
Chief Noogie.
What's his name? Okay, why is the chief, the chief, and not, you, Miss Oogie?
Male chief. Female smart. Way goblin.
Okay. Well, it's so nice to meet you all. How about we get to eating and get to know each other some more?
She translates to the goblins,
No, that's a what? Oh, yeah.
and they start cheering and dancing around, and they bring out their meal, which is
Yo,
a human female.
Is she dead?
No, she's tied up and gagged.
This isn't so nice. On the other hand, oh no, we can't do that.
Yalgren turns to Oogie and sighs. You do realize that that one is not good for eating.
She looks at you confused, and then it kind of dawns on her.
Oh, right. You know eat kind.
Well, that, and I'm pretty sure she has the plague.
The what?
If you eat her, there is a chance that you will start throwing up blood and that your eyes will turn the color of a porpoise.
That could be fun.
It's not. It leads to you dying.
Oh.
She turns to the chief and hurriedly stops him,
No, yeah, that's a what? Yawa.
and looks over and points at you and points at the girl. The goblins rush over to the girl and start smelling her and licking her. And she's trying to scream through her muffle. It's just kind of a...
Yalgren
come
kind
on
of
start poking
here.
her.
Let's just let this one go, and we'll find something nice to eat.
Yalgren actually walks over to the bound person and kind of makes like he's sniffing her.
Okay.
Instead, he leans close to her ear and says, "Pretend," and whispers, "Pretend to be sick if you wish to live."
Okay, she nods and starts kind of trying to cough through the gag, but winds up gagging herself and kind of starts to, dry heave.
Well, that's good.
The goblins back away from her, looking at you and her questioningly.
Shaik grabs the gag and tries to pull it out so she doesn't dry heave.
Okay, well, yeah.
They stop you and they point their spears at you.
Yalgren
And-
pushes Shaik back gently, and turns to Oogie. "Yes, this one is most certainly sick. See how she dry heaves? That is an attempt for the sickness to try and get out and get at all of you.
She turns
You
to
must."
the chief and starts translating as you talk.
In order to keep yourselves from getting the sick, you must take this woman 300 paces outside of your village,
And then we kill?
in the direction of her city, and you must cut her bindings and let her go. Under no circumstances are you to cut her or otherwise harm her. Otherwise, the sick will be able to get out and infect you with its evil sickness.
Do you have any modifiers in lying?
I do, actually.
Okay.
I invested.
Roll a d20.
Let's see. 20. Not that I needed the modifiers. Natural 20.
Oh yeah, they completely buy it. They look at you and they just like in awe of your knowledge, and they carefully just kind of poke her with a very very long stick, making her walk towards the good twin. So 3 goblins disappear out of the forest, taking the girl along with them, and the rest of them the Oogie looks at you and,
Well, what you eat?
Yalgren Nizalnix is very partial towards the flesh and towards the cooked flesh and blood of boar.
Turns to the chief,
Yeah.
and they bring out a hell boar.
Ah, good. Is it dead?
Yes.
Out of character. Does it look like a hellboar like from Warcraft, like all red and spiky?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Be alive, it'd usually be farting out fire, but it's dead. So.
All
Yalgren.
right. Let's eat. Thank you very much.
So they cook it up and they begin to feast, and it's roasting on a spit, and all the goblins are running over to you guys, flipping you off, and then running back and talking amongst each other. Oogie stays next to you guys as translator, as the different goblins come up and greet you guys. And then they're very curious about the little doll of Novosi.
Ah, this is quite a tale. Have you heard of the infamous Fu Manchu?
The goblins stop and stare at you.
Yes, I see you have heard of him. He is... Well, tell me, what do you think of him?
Oogie translates, and they just start going off all at once, and she just kind of slows them down.
Fu Manchu, we know him. Old chief, went to sea. Old chief came back very hairy. And then no hair. And then very hairy. And then no hair.
Yalgren can sympathize. This dastard has applied a curse to Yalgren as well, despite Yalgren's mighty intellect and wisdom.
Wait, do we know what sort of curse afflicted Yalgren?
Yeah.
It was explained.
Yep, the curse of the groin.
No, I mean in character. Does my character know?
Yes, Puan Chu explained it to you guys when it happened.
Shaik nudges Yalgren and starts pointing at Oogie.
Yalgren sighs and pushes Shaik 2 steps backwards.
Shaik does it again, but this time Shaik points to the chief.
Yalgren makes an assumption about the goblin culture and gives a thumbs up to his companion.
You are correct. The goblins see it as a threat towards your companion. And Oogie asked you,
Why you hate?
He implied I should have sexual relations with your chief.
No. Chief screw me.
Out of curiosity, beyond the obvious question of how does that work, do you actually enjoy that?
Yes, Chief. He chief because package good.
Oh, good lord. Yalgren accepts what you have said. Yalgren says that he shall not think of this anymore, and Yalgren asks
Chief say
that,
he shall.
Yalgren declares unto you that this small person is in fact a person and not a doll, and he has been cursed by the dreaded Puonchu.
the goblins all like sigh or like gasp all as she translates to it, and they all look at him and start poking him curiously.
Now, it is rude to do that.
He feel like doll.
Yalgren knows. Yalgren assures you Yalgren speaks the truth. Or would you doubt the word of Yalgren, who has saved you from the sick?
Nope, they believe you. And they're like in awe of him.
Can you make person?
Yalgren has ways of doing that, but Yalgren cannot at the moment. Yalgrin's godly powers are overtaxed from finding out such great knowledge.
Chief, have question for you.
Yalgrin.
He say, why you come to forest?
Yalgrin and his bosom companions is on a mighty yet secretive quest to infiltrate the lair of the dread DW.
All the goblins start cheering and clapping, and one of them brings out a signed poster of DW.
Yes, Yalgrin's plan is to infiltrate the lair of the dread DW so that he might reward him.
And the goblins totally buy it. They start patting you on the butt because that's where they can reach, and flipping you off and cheering.
Yalgrin thanks you for your support. Yalgrin recommends that if you wish to support him further, you might pray to him before you sleep.
Oh, jeez. They look at you kind of like, what? Well, the boar has become ready, and they begin cutting it up and serving it, and the meat is very, very spicy. And they offer you a flagon of an unknown drink that they've all been guzzling.
Yalgrin takes the first one and passes it to Shaik, saying, Shaik, you look like you could use a stiff drink.
Okay.
Alright, you take a swig of it, and it's got a very, very bitter taste, but obviously it's a very potent alcohol. And it has a really odd flavor. The goblins cheer, and you start feeling the effects immediately. Which is extremely lightheaded and woozy.
Yalgrin turns to Oogie and says, Yalgrin thanks you for the drink, but Yalgrin, being who Yalgrin is, must respectfully decline. Yalgrin, you see, has taken a vow that until he has given a reward to the great DW, he may consume no alcohol.
It's Hellbore piss wine.
Yes, Yalgrin knows.
Very tasty. Make
Yalgrin
you
is sure,
very happy.
but Yalgrin's vow is sacred.
The chief claps, and suddenly the other female goblins start coming out, all very similar to the way Oogie looks, very shapely and formally, around 5 foot tall. And they begin dancing.
Yalgrin wonders what kind of original fiction the DM reads.
Why is that? I'm a writer. I mean, I can come up with it on my own.
Okay.
But yeah, it may be something, a little slight takeoff of the Xanth novels.
Alrighty. Yalgrin is enjoying the meat and trying to enjoy the show as well.
One of the goblin females goes over to Phil's character, starts sniffing him and licking his hair. And another one approaches you and starts looking at you curiously.
Yalgrin looks right back.
Shaik just shoves her off.
And she takes that as a turn on and kind of like lunges at you.
Shaik lunge. I don't know. She lunges at Shaik.
Yeah, and starts clawing at your clothes.
Shaik flips out and just starts beating her back.
Okay. She is getting very aroused and tries to lead you towards her hut.
Yalgren, having
Oogie,
divine...
Oogie, Oogie.
Yes, yes, yes.
Tell her that that Yalgren wants a threesome, and I just want to imagine pictures of the women, and I'll go take care of myself.
She looks at you confused.
Threesome. He
Yalgren
need more
wants
women?
2, so I will give mine to Yalgren.
She looks at the other goblin.
Okay, yeah, so I want.
The other one looks at Yalgren
Okay, yeah, so
and runs over to him.
Yalgren sighs, grabs her by the neck, and starts dragging her towards a hut.
And she is like smiling from ear to ear, and the other one follows behind, extremely ecstatic, just ripping her clothes off as she's going towards the hut. So, your curse got relieved during the night.
Wait, what happens during the night?
This is a PG-13 show.
Oh, no, it is, really? I couldn't tell yet.
So, needless to say, the curse of the groin has been removed.
In addition, he is very well rested.
And it turns out goblins like it rough, as you found out.
Well, Yalgren kind of figured that out.
All right, so the next morning, it is still raining, because it is the rainforest. Perpetual rain. And the goblins offer to ask you if you need any supplies for your journey to go reward their hero.
Yalgren thanks you, oh wise and intelligent goblins. And Yalgren accepts your offer of supplies. Yalgren will take that rope that you used to save his manservant, as well as 3 days' worth of hellboar jerky.
The chief agrees and provides the items requested.
In exchange, Yalgren will give unto you a boon. Yalgren looks for the most injured goblin, like that. Looks to see if there's an injured goblin who is actually like not being shunned by the other goblins.
There is an elderly goblin that is missing a leg and looks very frail.
Are the other goblins avoiding it or giving it some kind of consideration?
They respect their elder.
Yalgren walks over and casts his healing spell upon the elder.
All right. The goblins take it as an insult and start yelling at you.
Wow.
Yalgren sighs and turns to Uki. Explain to me what I've done that is so in wrong.
You heal. He die his own way. If you want to be good, you slap.
Yalgren is slightly perplexed by your ways, but Yalgren will of course do so. Yalgren backhands the elder across whatever.
You knock him completely off his stump. The other goblins start flipping you off. The old goblin gets up, smiles, and flips you off as a tooth falls out.
Yalgren is happy to have been of service. Yalgren would make an observation, though.
What is this?
Yes, Yalgren gathers that your tribe venerates pain in some way, yes?
Oh, yes, yes. Good thing, good thing.
Well, Yalgren would advise you that you can feel pain much longer if you are well healed. In fact, there are entire cultures for whom healers also serve as the royal torturers.
She translates this to the chief goblin who's waking up after his long night of
Debauchery.
hellbore piss and fun with Oogie. And looks at you and a little bit pondering your statement and asks how we do.
He asks, or he...
He asks
he
Oogie, and she translates.
Well, you see, first, there are several ways. You might take up the worship of one of the many gods, myself among them, who grant divine boons, allowing you to heal those who you have harmed, so that you may harm them again, and again, and again.
They gasp at this. No. We serve